This is our lecture number 3 under the topic projectile motion. We are going to discuss some more numerical in this series. The very first numerical today is based on motion of projectile in inclined plane. So, the very first numerical is this one. In this numerical, it has been said that a projectile is projected from point O and it strikes this inclined plane. This is inclined plane AO and suppose this is B. AOB is inclined plane, angle of inclination is 30 degree and initial velocity of projection is 30 meter per second and it strikes the inclined plane at point A and the angle of projection is 60 degree and angle of inclination is 30 degree. It has been given. These data are given in the numerical. You need to find T and R, where T is time of flight, that is time taken by the projectile to overcome the distance O to A, and R is the range, that is OA, this length, OA length is R basically here. Okay, dear. So, this numerical can be done with the help of two methods. I am discussing the two methods in sequence. So, let us discuss method 1. Method 1. Before starting our discussion, I would like to discuss basic rules which are being used frequently in while solving projectile motion. Suppose this is horizontal ground and a projectile is projected and its path of trajectory is this one. So, in every time you have one angle theta here and this is u. So, you just split this u as u cos theta and u sin theta, and corresponding to this u sin theta there is acceleration g which is acting vertically downward, just opposite to this vertical velocity. Okay. Vertical velocity is this one, is u sin theta is up and g is just acting opposite to this velocity. Okay. And another component is u cos theta, and corresponding to u cos theta there were no any kind of acceleration. This velocity was constant, but corresponding to this velocity there was an acceleration which was acting just in backward direction. Okay, dear. We have some use of these ideas, that is why I am discussing here. Okay. So, while tackling with this numerical, we will use these ideas. Okay. So, here suppose this is u, this is u and this line is B OB, this is u and this whole angle is 60. So, just break these two, this u in two components, this u is basically 30 meter per second. So, this is 30 cos 60 and this is 30 sin 60. Okay, dear. This is 30 sin 60 and 30 cos 60. So, what about this? This 30, this is 1 by 2, that is 15 meter per second, and this is basically 30 root 3 by 2. This is basically 15 root 3 meter per second. 15 root 3 meter per second. Okay, dear. So vertical velocity is 15 root 3 and horizontal velocity is 15 meter per second. Also, if this one is r, OA is r, then what about this distance? Suppose this is point C. So this is u equal to 30 meter per second. So this OC will be r. I am considering this angle 30 degree angle of inclination. So this length OC will be r cos 30, which will give you basically r cos 30 is basically root 3 by 2. So this is r root 3 by 2. And what about this AC? AC is r sin 30, which is basically r by 2, Okay, dear. So this length AC is r by 2 and OC is r root 3 by 2, and horizontal component of velocity is 15 meter and vertical component is 15 root 3 meter per second. So likewise, these motions, earlier cases of projectile motion, we will consider horizontal motion and vertical motion step by step. So for horizontal motion, what we can write? Here horizontal motion is along O to C. This is the distance travelled by this projectile in horizontal direction, that is r root 3 OC. While moving from this to this, what is the distance travelled in horizontal direction or x axis? This is OC, that is r root 3. Okay, dear. So this is r root 3 and this distance and vertical distance is equal to AC, that is r by 2. Both the motion, horizontal and vertical, both motions are taking place simultaneously. So if time taken by the projectile to move from O to A along this path of trajectory is suppose t, then time taken to travel O to C is also t and A to C is also t. Both the vertical and horizontal motion are taking place simultaneously. Okay, dear. So for horizontal motion, the horizontal velocity is constant here because no acceleration is acting in horizontal direction. Okay. So this velocity is constant, that is 15 meter per second. So what about this? So you can write O to C, this is horizontal distance, or this distance can be written as horizontal velocity, that is 15 into speed or velocity into time will give you this displacement or distance here. Here OC is distance and displacement also. You can say any word you can use, either OC is a distance or OC is displacement. Both terms will give you same magnitude OC, that is r root 3 by 2. Okay, dear. So this is 15 and this is the magnitude of velocity, and multiplied by time t will give you distance OC, that is r root 3 by 2, and this is 15 into t. So this t will give you r root 3 by 2 into 15. R root 3 by 2 into 15 will give you basically R root 3 by 30. This is the time, you can say this second. So, first part, this time has been calculated and it is R root 3 by 30, but this answer is not final because here unknown R is there, but we can use this result to find R and hence T. Okay, dear. So, now we will consider vertical motion. Vertical motion. For vertical motion, vertical motion, what can you write for vertical motion? For vertical motion, the distance travelled in vertical direction. Initially, the projectile was at O and finally it reaches at A, and during this movement, vertical distance, net vertical distance is equal to Ca, that is R by 2. Okay. So, you have known in vertical direction, net distance or displacement is known to you, that is S. You know time also, time is T, and you know what, while moving up, definitely acceleration due to gravity is acting vertically downward, that is equal to G. So, you know acceleration also, and what more thing you can observe from here, that is you know initial vertical velocity. Okay, dear. So, initial vertical velocity is this one, 15 root 3, initial vertical velocity is 15 root 3. So, you know initial vertical velocity u also. So, formula, just remember kinematics, the kinematic equation just formed by all the 4 variables is definitely S equal to ut plus half a t square, and S is here basically R by 2, this is R by 2. So, this S will give you R by 2, u is basically 15 root 3, and T is basically capital T plus half, A is basically minus G and G is 10. So, this is minus 10 and T is basically capital T square. So, this will finally give you R by 2 and this is 15 root 3, this is T minus this is basically 2 and 10 will cancel out. So, this two terms will give you minus 5. So, minus and this is 5, this is T square. So, this is R by 2 and 15 root 3 and just put the value of capital T from here, that is R root 3 by 30, R root 3 by 30 minus 5 into T square means R square into root 3 square means 3 upon 30 square means 30 into 30. So, this will give you 10 and this will give you 6. So, what will be the final result? So, I am just writing here So, you have T equal to this one and we are calculating R. So, from here R by 2 and this is basically 15 and 30, this is 2 and this root 3 will give you 3. So, this is 3 R, root 3 will give you 3 and this is R upon 2. So, this is 2 minus and this is R square and in denominator this is basically 60. So, R square will give you this is r square 3r this is 3r root 3 is 3 and this is r, this then this is 3 by 2 r and minus this is r square, this is r square and in denominator it is 60 here. So, this 2 and this will give you 30 and 1 r you can cancel. So, here this is 1 and this is 3 and minus here 1 r will left 30. So, finally, you can find r by 30 equals to 3 minus 1 and r equals to 30 into 3 minus 1, this is 2 then this is 60 basically. So, r is 60 meter. So, this will give you value of r and what about t? So, just put the value of r here. So, t equal to r by 30 into root 3 will give you, put the value of r as 60. So, 60 into root 3 upon 30, this is 2. So, 2 root 3, this is 2 root 3, t equal to this. So, this is 2 root 3. So, r is 60 meter and t is 2 root 3 second. Okay, dear. So, you have got t as well as r also. In this way, you can calculate this numerical, and this is method number 1. Now, we will tackle this numerical one more time and this will be method number 2. Okay, dear, just note it down. Method. Okay, dear. So, in this numerical, we have seen that u is here initial initial velocity of projection is 30 meter per second and angle of inclination for this inclined plane AOB is 30 degree and angle of projection is 60 degree. Okay. Suppose this horizontal line O to B, this is basically OB is horizontal line, or you may consider it as x-axis. Let us suppose this x-axis or OB line has been raised up to the point A, so that OA line is making an angle 30 degree. Okay, dear. OB is x-axis and someone just raised up OB up till this OA line, so that this x-axis is now along OA. That means OA is our horizontal line. Suppose this is x-axis, this was x-axis, and this axis has been rotated by 30 degrees, so that it is along OA now. Suppose somebody was here and when rotated, this person will be at this point. This person will be at this point then. Okay, dear. The person is now observing everything standing at this position. So, for this person, OA is the range and time taken to finish its journey of the projectile from O to A is suppose T. So, you need to find T and R. You need to find T and R. Okay, dear. So, what to do?
Suppose you are considering OAF x-axis, then like earlier projectile cases, there was two component of this velocity. That is, if this is u, then this is u cos theta, if this is theta, and this was u sin theta, and corresponding to u sin theta, there were just an acceleration opposite to this u sin theta, and there were no acceleration for u cos theta in earlier cases. Okay. So in this case, if the person is standing here, still acceleration due to gravity will act along just vertically downward. Okay, and so for this angle is 30, and this is definitely 90. So what will be this? This will be 60. Okay, and for this person, this is the ground. OA is ground. So likewise, U has been stated along ground and perpendicular to ground. So likewise, this case, this U must be slated along OA and perpendicular to OA, that means along this. So for this OA, this whole angle from OB line to this velocity u vector, this whole angle is 60 and this is 30. So for this part, this will be 30. This will be 30 degree. What is this? This is the angle made by the velocity u with the plane of inclination, that is OA. Angle between u and this line OA is 30 degree. 60 minus 30, 30 degree. Okay. So this is basically u cos theta, u cos 30, u cos 30, and velocity perpendicular to this is u sin 30. Okay. Like this u, and this is x-axis, this is theta, this is u cos theta, and velocity perpendicular to u cos theta is u sin theta. Likewise, this is u, angle with the x-axis or the horizontal line is 30 degree now, and this u is u cos theta along horizontal line is u cos theta, and velocity of the component of velocity along direction perpendicular to u cos theta is u sin theta. Okay, dear. So this is u sin theta. So what is this? This is basically u is 30 and cos 30 is root 3 by 2 will give you 15 root 3 meter per second, and this will give you sin 30 is 1 by 2 and u is 30. So this is basically 15 meter per second. Okay, here. This is 15 root 3 velocity which is acting along OA, and velocity perpendicular to this velocity root 3 is 15 meter per second. What about this G? G is basically acceleration due to gravity acting vertically downward. So just we need acceleration perpendicular to one of the component. Like here, for vertical component, acceleration due to gravity was acting opposite to vertical component. So here, if this is x-axis, then vertical component is what? Vertical component is the velocity which is perpendicular to x-axis. So like this was x-axis, the velocity perpendicular to x-axis was this one, u sin theta. So here, this is x-axis, velocity perpendicular to x-axis is 15. So we need an acceleration which is just opposite to 15 vertical component. So here acceleration is this g. G means 10. Okay, here 10 meter per second. G is basically 10 meter per second. So this line, if we split this g along vertical and horizontal component, so this will be g cos 60 and this will be g sin 60 degree. So what is this? This g is 10 and sin 60 is root 3 by 2, root 3 by 2, and this will finally give you 5 root 3 meter per second square. And velocity of this the horizontal component of g, that is g cos theta, will be 10, and this is cos 60 is 1 by 2, that is 5 meter per second square. Okay, so you are observing here that corresponding to this velocity, that is velocity perpendicular to x-axis, is this is the 15 meter per second velocity, and acceleration opposite to this 15 meter per second is this one. This is basically 5 root 3 meter per second square, and there is one more acceleration in this case along x-axis. Along x-axis, there were no acceleration in this case. That was purely cos theta constant. But in this case, along x-axis, velocity is 15 root 3 meter per second. This velocity is 15 root 3 meter per second, and one acceleration is also just opposite to this velocity, and in this one, this component is 5 meter per second square. In this case, acceleration exists corresponding to both the velocities. Vertical velocity 15 meter per second, acceleration just opposite to 15 meter per second is 5 root 3, this acceleration, and horizontal component is 15 root 3 meter per second, and acceleration just opposite to this velocity is basically 5 meter per second square. So considering these data, we are proceeding our calculation like earlier, one time for horizontal components and another time for vertical components. Okay. So here horizontal velocity, horizontal for horizontal motion, x-axis is OA. OA is x-axis. This line is x-axis, and perpendicular velocities or perpendicular direction will be along this velocity, that is u sin 30. This may consider as vertical direction or vertical motion or y-axis motion along y-axis also. So I am considering motion along x-axis, motion along x-axis first. Motion along x-axis, that is horizontal motion. What is this? There OA, O to A is basically R. R is basically OA. So for x-axis, motion along x-axis, what will be there? For motion along x-axis, velocity is u, that is 15 root 3, and there is acceleration opposite to this velocity. Basically, this is retardation. Okay. So for what velocities or what variables do you know? For motion along x-axis, OA is basically R. This R may be considered as distance or displacement. So you know S here. You know initial velocity also. What is this? This is 15 root 3. That is U. Is known. And you know acceleration also. opposite to this. This is basically negative because this is acting opposite to this velocity. So this is 5 meter per second square, and this is acceleration here. And and what and what for in this case, suppose time taken by the projectile or the time period of projectile or time of flight is suppose capital T, so you know T also suppose. Then formula using all these variables is definitely S equal to ut plus half area square, half a square. So S is basically R. So just put it R. U is basically 50 root 3. So 50 root 3, and T is capital T plus A is basically retardation, and its magnitude is g cos 60, that is 5. So just put it 5 but with minus sign because it is acting opposite to u. So if u is positive here, so a must be negative. And time is capital T square. So here R equals to 50 root 3 into t minus 5 by 2 into t square. Okay here. So this is one result. You can say it equation number 1. Okay here. So for this was the motion of discussion of motion or along x-axis. So motion along y-axis. Motion along y-axis. Y-axis means the line perpendicular to this inclined plane. That is along this. Okay, dear. So for motion along inclined plane, what to do? For y-axis, initial velocity, you know initial velocity u. U is basically u sin theta, that is 50. And you know, you know acceleration also. You know acceleration also. That is for y-axis, acceleration is this one, g sin 60, that is 5 root 3 meter per second, and negative with negative sign because it is also acting just opposite to u sin theta. U sin theta is along this, and g sin theta is just opposite. This is 5 root 3. Okay, dear. And you know t also. And what about displacement s? You see, if you are standing here, the projectile starts its journey in up direction and again just touching the same horizontal line at O, so that net displacement will be 0 because it's just like a ball is thrown along this line and just return to the same horizontal line. So net displacement will be 0. So as you know S also. So the formula made up of all these 4 variables is again S equal to ut plus half area square. So S is what? S is 0, and u is basically just u sin theta, that means 15, and t is basically time of flight, capital T plus a is basically negative, a is basically g sin 60, just opposite to u sin 30 is g sin 60, that is 5 root 3, and it will be put with negative sign 5 root 3 into t square. Okay, yes. Okay. So this is 0 and 15 t minus 5 root 3 by 2 into t square. Okay. So from this data, one t can be cancelled here. 515 into t is equal to 5 root 3 by 2 into t square. So just cancel out one t, and this is 5 3s are, so this is root 3. One more time, this will give you root 3. So this is basically t equal to 2 root 3 second. This is the value of capital T. Okay, dear, and this is your final answer for T. So from equation 1, from this equation, what can you write? What can you write? Just put the value of this T, then you will find in this equation, just put the value of T. So R equals to, this is 15 root 3 into T is 2 root 3 minus 5 by 2 into T square means 2 root 3 square. This will give you R equals to 15 to the 30 and root 3 will give you 3. 15 to the 30, root 3 will give you 3, and this is minus, and this is 2 root 3 square. So 5 by 2 into, this is 4 and this is 3. So this 2 and 2 to the 4. So finally, this is basically 90 minus 5 to the 10 and 3, that is 30, or R is 60 meter. So R is 60 meter and D is 2 root 3 second. This is your final answer. And this answer was also according to method 1. So this is the final answer for this numerical. So dear friends, we don't need to know any more type of techniques. Simply with the help of our simple concept of projectile motion, we can solve motion of projectile on inclined plane also. Okay, we will meet again in our next session. So study a lot and keep yourself safe. Thank you very much.